like, what are the things that I continuously say I'm going to get back to doing, right? This word back, this phrase getting back, is something that, like, we use way too often. We're always getting back to something, which is typically something that we know is the right thing to do in the first place. We're always getting back to it. Just think about it. The beginning of the year, birthdays, like any change of any sort of like anything that signifies like change is usually when a large amount of people are trying to get back into doing something. And when we do that, we are essentially just looping, right? And there's nothing wrong with looping if that loop is a positive loop, right? It's nothing more than a habit, right? A lifestyle. So I want you to do me a favor and write down everything in the past 90 days that you said that you're going to get back to. Like, you're going to get back in the gym. You're going to get back to journaling your trades. You're going to get back to, taking your significant other on dates. You're going to get back to spending more time with your children. You're going to get, like, whatever it is, write it down. And I want you to get real clear on this thing. And then what I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself this question: why am I getting back to it? Right? Very simple. I know some of the stuff seems overly simplified, but it's going to really, really, really hit your spirit when you get it, right? But why am I getting back to it? If I'm always getting back to something, then it means that that thing is something that I know in my core is the right thing to do. Because I'm getting back to it. You never hear anybody say, man, I'm trying to get back to being out of shape. I'm trying to get back to, like, not going on no dates with my significant other. I'm trying to get back to not spending no time with my kids. Whenever you're trying to get back to something, it's really just a realignment with what you know in your core, deep in your soul, to be true and to be the right thing to do. So I want you to ask yourself this question: do you not deserve to do the right thing for yourself? When you're not doing the right thing for yourself, is some of that frustration because maybe you know you could be doing a little bit better? A lot better? Is some of that frustration and negative energy coming from the fact that you know that you're not keeping promises to yourself? I want y'all to really, really understand this. Really follow me on this. Because it shows up in the trading. Right? Prosperity Collective, we are constantly telling y'all, it's like this is a holistic approach to trading. Me and Isaiah would miss the bar if it was only about showing you guys how to make money. So every now and then when something like this is like, when I feel moved to say something, I'm just going to share it with you guys. Like, really, 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 really think about that list and ask yourself deep questions about what is it that is making me get to a place where I have to get back? What's knocking me off in the first place? I'll go. Right? So for me, one of the things that I struggled with was stress eating. I don't know if we got any stress eaters out there, but I struggled with it tremendously. Like, when I would be under a great deal of stress, or something wouldn't go my way, or something was really tough, I would turn to food. I would turn to something that I could just grab that would just be delicious, right? It didn't matter what it was. this is something that I learned. I learned this growing up. It's nobody's fault, but I saw this, I witnessed this growing up, and didn't even realize that I was implementing it in my adulthood. And the way that I was able to stop doing that was to start realizing that this is all self-sabotage, all deeply rooted in a lack of belief that level up could really take place. That's really what it boiled down to. It's more of a level of worthiness that dictates how far you go with wealth. Because the intelligence level, the intellectual side of earning money and keeping it and all that, it's not that deep. It's not that advanced. But there's something about all of us, right? Usually something that happened in childhood or at some point, some sort of trauma that is unresolved, that leads to us choosing activities and behaviors that do not support the person that we are becoming. And I said this in my other video. It's like, when you continue to do things and expect, continue to do the same thing, expect different results, that's insanity. And then when you continue to do things that you know in your heart are not, something that your future self would appreciate or thank you for, then you're doing things out of order. You're doing things wrong, and you know that, right? So this week, while you're making money in the group, while you're learning new things, I want you to really dig deep and start asking yourself some difficult questions about the things that you're doing that are not supporting your future self and why you're doing it. Get clear on it. Get crystal clear on it. Why are you not doing the things that you know you need to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need like another YouTube video or another book, right? These are all great things. I recommend books all the time, but you don't need that. There is something about the relationship you have with yourself that is fractured. And it just needs a little bit of attention. It just needs a little bit of healing, right? It just needs a little bit of love. And if you're watching, this far into the video, then something that I'm saying is resonating. And I think it's about time to like really start addressing that thing. I don't know what it is, but you do, right? I don't know what it is, but you know exactly what it is. Really start to address that thing straight up, head on. There's no better time than now, right? Your future self needs this version of you right now. That's why you're always whole, right? We're always whole. At any point, even when we don't feel the greatest about ourselves, we're always whole because we are the only version of ourselves that can create a new version of ourselves. And the universe or God or whatever deity you believe in doesn't create situations where there's not some sort of way out. That's just a law. So no matter like what you may be feeling about yourself or your situation, you gotta know that like you got everything that you need at your disposal in this moment to go in a different direction. But this time, when you're going in that different direction, I want you to get a little bit more intentional. I want you to start coming up with, reasons that you feel deeply in your soul and in your gut for why you're going to stick with it this time, right? I need those reasons to be heavy, right? I need you to really sit down and think about it, right? It might be some things that come up for you, but take as much time as you need to really think about what you can start to remind yourself of when there's moments where you want to loop. So for me, like I said, the stress eating. And this is something that I tell myself when I'm finding myself under a lot of stress, and I feel that old, comfortable self just getting cozy again, you know what I mean? Taking up space in my life again and being like, yeah, just go ahead and do it. Just, you deserve it, man. Today was hard. It's like, no. A hard day requires more of you. So when I decide to stress eat, I'm breaking myself down, ultimately making myself a little less able to withstand what that day is presenting. Also possibly causing me to miss whatever message or download I'm supposed to be getting that day, right? So it's just time to start getting a little bit more intentional. You know, create rituals, create affirmations to bring you back in alignment with who you are, which is somebody who is whole and does the right thing for their current self and future self. That's all I got, man. If there's some loops that you guys have been in and you want to share them, drop it below. If you got any questions, drop it below. Once again, always subscribe, like, share, so this message can get out to more people, right? We're not just about trading around here. It's so much more, and it's much deeper than that. And I want y'all to always feel like you're seen and heard when you are in the Prosperity Collective, right? Right? The goal is for y'all to go off and be successful, not just on the charts, not just in your bank accounts, but in your lives. You know what I mean? Like with your family, all of that stuff. That's what the real winning is, right? So that's all I got for you today. Again, I gotta get home, get showered, and then jump into this mentorship meeting. But it was good, you know, driving with y'all today. I'll see you later.